Welcome to the ultimate gaming phone comparison of 2022. We have the brand new RedMagic 7, the Asus ROG Phone 5S, and the Xiaomi Black Shark 4 Pro. And in this video, they'll go head to head to determine which is the ultimate gaming phone. The RedMagic 7 is the newest addition to the gaming phone world, and it has a lot to offer. The design is pretty unique. I have this crazy pulsar color, but it also comes in more toned down versions. It also has dual shoulder triggers, and there's some LED accents. It of course has the newest specs with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, and with 12, but even up to 18 gigabytes of RAM, which is insane. It actually has a fan built in to keep the whole system cool, which we'll definitely test out later on. It also sports a 165Hz high refresh rate display. Yes, you heard me right. 165 Hz. We're gonna go over the devices by mainly testing the performance and the battery life, and of course the charging speed. So let's jump right in. As always, I've made sure to match the settings with Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and location enabled, and I've calibrated the brightness to the same level, and neither of them have a SIM card in them. We're gonna start off with some basic apps and then gradually increase the load on the devices to get a good understanding of how these devices perform, and of course to see how good the battery life is. Now I know these are gaming phones, but obviously you will use them for other things than just gaming, so we're gonna start out with some YouTube. Now in terms of battery capacity, the Black Shark and the RedMagic are tied at 4500 mAh, while the Asus has a crazy 6000 mAh large battery. So on paper, the Asus definitely takes the win here, but we'll definitely see how it turns out throughout this test. After half an hour, there's not really any difference here, with the RedMagic and the Asus having 99%, while the Xiaomi has 100%. Now we're going to move on to some Instagram Reels. An hour into the test, the Xiaomi and the RedMagic are now the lead with 95%, while the Asus only has 94%, but not a big difference obviously. Moving on to some Twitch streaming, and in terms of the display, they're all AMOLED with a 1080p resolution. The Black Shark and the Asus have 144Hz refresh rate, while the RedMagic steps that up to 165Hz. There's not actually that many games that can take advantage of such a high refresh rate just yet, but a good example for it would be Real Racing 3. The RedMagic also has the largest display at 6.8 inches, only slightly bigger than the Asus screen, and the Black Shark has the smallest at 6.67 inches. After half an hour on Twitch, the scores are now reversed, with the Asus having 1% more than the other two. Now let's continue with some web browsing, where it auto refreshes a web page every 25 seconds. 2 hours in, let's finally get into some gaming. We're going to start off light with some Subway Surfers. When we're playing games or running benchmarks, we're always going to use the highest performance settings in their individual game suites. The RedMagic gaming mode, which they call Game Space, can actually be activated by a dedicated hardware switch on the device itself. And after our first game, the RedMagic has dropped down to third place with 74% remaining, while the others have 79 and 78%. Gonna move on to some more light gaming. If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe down below. 3 hours in, the trend continues with the Asus being in first place with 75%, 73% on the Xiaomi, and 69% on the RedMagic. Now we're going to move on to the camera. First going to capture some 4K video, then take a few pictures, and then some 1080p 60 video. Now I know the camera is not the main focus of a gaming phone, obviously, but of course you will be using them. They all have 64 megapixel main cameras. The Black Shark and the RedMagic also have an 8 megapixel ultra wide. The ultra wide is 13 megapixels on the Asus, and they all also have a macro camera. In terms of video recording, the RedMagic and the Asus go up to 8K, while the Black Shark is limited to 4K 60. And after half an hour of using the camera, it's not looking great for the RedMagic. It only has 58% remaining, while the Black Shark has 62, and the Asus still has a crazy 66% remaining. Now we're going to move on to zoom, also very intense on the battery. They all have decent selfie cameras. It's only 8 megapixels on the RedMagic, while they're 24 megapixels and 20 megapixels on the Asus and the Black Shark respectively. But of course the selfie camera is not of main concern when purchasing a gaming phone. We're 4 hours in, the Asus has 58%, 54% on the Black Shark, and the RedMagic has exactly half remaining. Now we're finally going to get into the actual performance of these devices, starting with Geekbench 5. The Black Shark has a Snapdragon 888 chip, while the Asus has a Snapdragon 888 Plus. The RedMagic has the newest Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chip, which is a 4nm chip compared to 5nm on the others. So on paper, it should be better. In Geekbench, that isn't really the case. It scores only slightly higher than the 888 Plus, although in the graphics department, it is a major step up. Next up is Antutu. And here the RedMagic crushes the competition. It scores 200,000 points more than the Asus ROG Phone 5S, which is insane, surpassing the 1 million points. Also, both the Asus and the RedMagic stayed the coolest After our first couple of benchmarks, you really notice the benefit of the built-in fan on the RedMagic. It is 10 degrees cooler than the Asus and nearly 20 degrees cooler than the BlackShark, which is a lot. It's nearly at 70 degrees Celsius, which is really quite warm. Next up is the 3D Mark Wildlife Extreme test. This is a great way of simulating high-intensive gameplay. Obviously, I cannot play intensive games on all of them at the same time, which is why these benchmarks are great representations of how these devices perform and how much battery life is drained during gaming. And the RedMagic has received a low battery warning at 20% now, which for some reason unfortunately stopped the test, but I made sure to run it again. And once again, the RedMagic 7 crushes the other two with nearly double the average frame rate. So in terms of performance, the RedMagic 7 is definitely the way to go. It also stayed the coolest out of all of them, roughly 7 degrees less than the Asus, and 18 degrees cooler than the BlackShark, which went up to 60 degrees Celsius. In terms of battery life, the BlackShark has fallen behind now with only 16% remaining, 18% on the RedMagic, and still a very impressive 28% on the Asus. We're 5 hours in and we're now going to run GFX Bench, which is also a great way to test how these would perform in different games. This is obviously a very demanding battery test, and especially the RedMagic and the BlackShark are struggling a lot. The RedMagic surprisingly was actually the first to go at 5 hours and 12 minutes, a decent result because this is a very demanding test, but unfortunately it came in last. My guess it's because of the new and very powerful Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chip, which drains the battery more than the others do, plus it also has the highest refresh rate display. The BlackShark only lasted 8 minutes longer, which is pretty reasonable because it does have the same battery capacity as the RedMagic 7. The Asus, however, is still going strong. 5.5 hours in, it still has 6% remaining. We're just going to run a few more benchmarks simulating some more gameplay, and at 5 hours and 50 minutes it died, which is a pretty impressive result. So if you want the best battery life on a gaming phone, the Asus ROG Phone 5S is the way to go. But let's be honest, it was expected to win. It has a much bigger battery than the others. Now if you account for the higher milliamp hours, the Asus is not actually the most efficient one, but in real life that doesn't really matter because they come with the battery capacities they come with. But now that they've all run out of battery, we're going to do a charging test, and both the Asus and the RedMagic have 65 watts fast charging. The RedMagic even has 120 watts fast charging, but only with the Chinese model for some reason. The BlackShark has 120 watts fast charging in all models, which is awesome. And the great thing is, with all of them, you do get the fast charging brick included in the box. 10 minutes in, the Asus is in last place with 34% charged, 43% on the RedMagic, and a crazy 70% charged already on the BlackShark. And the BlackShark took only 22 minutes to fully charge, which is insanely fast. Now it is quite a bit slower than advertised. Xiaomi says it will fully charge in 15 minutes, which it didn't, but still, it's insanely fast. The others aren't too far behind, 79% charged already on the RedMagic 7, which is pretty impressive, and 62% charged on the Asus. Half an hour in, the RedMagic is nearly done, and it took only 32 minutes to fully charge, which is also pretty damn fast. Now the Asus still took a while, and it took a full 54 minutes to fully charge, which obviously isn't slow, but quite a bit slower than the others. What do you guys think of these results? Which of these do you consider the ultimate gaming phone, and which will you be picking up? Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to not miss any of my upcoming videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.